How's it going, everyone? T-Rav here, and welcome to turning Minecraft mobs into superheroes and villains. So this idea was actually spawned off from my gaming channel where I play a lot of Minecraft, which you guys should totally check out, by the way. Links in the description. It's also at the end card. And if you like what you see, subscribe. Anyway, I think I yapped long enough. On to the video. The mining town of Mojangea was a quiet, peaceful city located in Sweden. That was until the cubes invaded. The scientist who went by Notch created a portal to a dimension made up of blocks. He figured he could harness the energy from this dimension to use as a new reliable resource. But the rift was unstable. Cubes were flying out of the portal and spread throughout the city, fusing with people. The portal was eventually closed, but now people were infected by an unknown energy. Nothing bad happened to them, but over generations, the people of Mojangea started to develop powers. Now, up to 60% of Mojangea's population are superpowered. Some people use these powers for good, while others use them for evil. It is up to the heroes of Mojangea to stop these villains and to make sure the non-powered citizens are safe from harm. Krister Kreppert wanted to live the good life. When he was young, he wanted to be a hero like he saw on TV. But when his powers started to develop, he was extremely disappointed. He gained the power to cause small explosions near himself, and an allergy to cats. He felt like this was a mistake. He felt like the heroes shouldn't cause collateral damage on purpose. This power was power that villains would use. His family was poor, and he was hoping he could be a hero and use his fame to support them, but now he had to come up with a new path in life. When he grew up, he worked in the mines, using his explosions to help carve out tunnels, but he felt unsatisfied. Not to mention, the pay was lousy. He got fed up with his job and quit. Maybe he could be a hero with these powers. He created a suit, and with his abilities, he could creep up on the bad guys and scare them with his explosions, so he started to call himself Creeper. His first mission, though, was an absolute failure. He was called in to stop a bank robbery, and he thought the robber had powers too, so he used his explosions on him. The robber blew up, traumatizing the hostages. Krister gave up on being a hero after that, but he still needed the money. At this point, he was desperate, so he started to rob banks as well. During one of his heists, he was almost stopped by the hero, the Iron Golem. The Iron Golem punches Creeper into a power pole, knocking it over. The power line sapped Creeper, but it didn't hurt. Instead, he felt stronger. The Iron Golem leaped into a flying punch, and with Creeper's hands splayed out, he unleashed a giant explosion. The Iron Golem survived, but just barely, uttering the words,
"Oh man."
And with the giant cloud of smoke distracting the Iron Golem, Creeper vanished. After that day, Krister started to carry a taser with him in case he needed a little boost, and thus he became the notorious bank robber, the Creeper. Eduardo Goldman was incredibly strong. He wasn't super strong, he just worked out a lot. Matter of fact, he had no powers at all. He was just a strong man with a heart of gold and the willpower of iron. While walking through the city, he witnessed a hero who just went by the name Steve, protecting people from a villain. He had no powers, yet he managed to take down one of the strongest villains, the Wither, a criminal who had the powers to spread death and decay by throwing his wither smoke skulls. This incredible feat of heroism inspired Eduardo to become a hero as well. He crafted a suit of armor. Although it's a bit clunky, he made it work. The suit gives Eduardo a strength boost, and he makes it where the arms can extend, giving him the ability to punch the bad guys from really far away. He went out on patrol and saw the Piglin gang trying to rob people of other jewelry. He yelled,
"Stand back, villagers,"
and threw an extendo punch at the leader of the gang, the Brute. The gang ran off in the portal, and the citizens cheered as they were saved. Eduardo noticed some people were still scared, so he gave them flowers to help calm their nerves. They asked him for his name, and he replied, "The Iron Goldman," but his voice was muffled under the helmet, so the citizens thought he said Golem. Thus the name stuck, Eduardo the Iron Golem. Agnell Farlander wanted to follow the footsteps of the scientist who opened the portal that caused the people of Mojangea to develop powers. His research was sound. If he could open a portal to an alternate dimension, he could harness the energy and use it to replace fossil fuels, but the rift was unstable. He discovered a dimension that can only be described as the end of the universe. This was an alien world. It was cold and practically lifeless. That was until he saw a strange, tall figure in the darkness. Agnell caught a glimpse of the figure's glowing purple eyes, and with a loud, guttural screech, the figure teleported to Agnell and started clawing him. Agnell closed the portal, severing the monster's arm, with purple blood covering the floor of the lab. Agnell passed out. He woke up with all of his wounds healed, but the irises of his eyes were glowing the same purple as the monster's. As he stared at himself in the mirror, he started to hear TV static in his head, and he started to grow 10 feet tall. His skin darkened with his veins glowing a rich purple. After that, it was all a blur for him. He woke up again, but this time in his house, which was a wreck with claw marks littering the walls. He turns on the TV and sees cell phone footage of a tall, lanky monster in his lab coat, wreaking havoc in the city. He then realized that whatever that monster was that attacked him mutated him, and the transformation triggers when someone looks into his eyes. He would open the portal again, but this time avoiding eye contact with these monsters. He would explore this end dimension and sees a weird alien tree with fruit growing from it. He had a strange compulsion to eat one of the fruits, so he plucked it and ate it, and notices that the static noise in his head would stop temporarily. He also teleported a few feet away from the tree. He collected a bunch of these fruits, and he returned back to his lab to do some more research. He found out that the particles that these Endermen would give off were actually spores, and he must have breathed in these spores when he was being attacked. Even though he hasn't found a cure yet, these fruits help stave off the transformation, but just barely. In order to not transform, he would have to avoid eye contact for the rest of his life. Otherwise, he would unleash the Enderman. Dennis Lindquist is a loyal friend to Steve. After Steve's brother was killed by the villain and Dragoness, he teamed up with Steve to hunt down the villain and bring justice for the ones who lost their lives from her wrath. He went missing while hunting the End Dragoness down, and Steve lost yet another friend. Dennis Lindquist III took up his grandfather's mantle and is the new wolf hero and the leader of the pack, a group of other wolf-themed heroes. He gained his powers at a young age. He can basically do anything a wolf can do. He has increased senses like smell and hearing, which he uses to track villains down. He is also super agile, and he has a proportional strength of a wolf, but when enraged, he goes into a primal state. His hair stands up, his eyes glow red, and his strength increases. But he can't control himself in this form. The same goes for the rest of the pack, except some members also have the ability to withstand hot and cold climates as well. Dennis got an alert. Steve thinks he might have found the original wolf. The thing is, they have to travel to the dangerous world of the End to find him. Alright, and there we have it. Minecraft mobs as superheroes and villains. This is a lot of fun to do, and I really like how the art turned out. I think my favorite guy would be the Iron Golem. Let me know what y'all's favorite is in the comments down below. But yeah, I just really like how the Iron Golem look. I don't really draw armored characters because it's very time consuming. But I really like it. I think it looks really cool. And also the pose is very dynamic with the fist trying to like go not at the camera but like kind of near, like the stretchiness of the arm. I feel like it just helps. I also don't do a whole lot of foreshortening because I don't know, I feel like I'm not that great at it. But you know, practice makes perfect. Anyway, again, if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do by now. You'll watch a lot for YouTube as well, I'm pretty sure. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun, fancy YouTuber stuff. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. T-Rav signing out. See ya!